Okay, so for this program, I created an interactive story where basically it will take user inputs for the buttons to follow a given path to tell a different story depending on what the user wants to do. So just go live real quick just to interact with it. So, interactive storyteller, start the story. It will ask a given question. You're going on an adventure. Are you knight or wizard? And then you just continue to click on the various choices, and as you continue to go through it, it will continue to give you different choices, and then at the end you leave and you end the adventure. And that's the program, how it works. For the actual coding part of it, the main website starts off with the HTML just to create the website page, is combined with CSS file and the main event, which is the JavaScript, is connected to the CSS with this link, and then the JavaScript right there. And then with the CSS, basically each one of these is with a different event or variable, or for example, this is the body, so it's just affecting the main body of the page. This is affecting the container for the story text and all that stuff. And it's basically just manipulating how it will visually look on the page. For example, background color will be white, the text will be aligned in the center, and all that good stuff. As for the JavaScript part of it, we start off with creating all the text for the different story branches. So this is all just the different text options. You know, you're going on an adventure, and then pretty much it will have options for you to choose. This will become the buttons later on, and depending on what you choose, it will go to a step. Here I have marked is just the index number. So when it goes to the function next step later on, it will call the function or the index for this list, for this array, and it will go to that point. So when you're given this option, if you hit the first choice, it will take you to the fourth index, which would be this one, it's marked 4, and so on and so forth. So this is basically just the structure of the actual text itself. As you go down, basically this is just explaining and formatting the pathing of it. Story container, this is just getting the element of the story into the story container, same with the button container. Base case, this makes it so where if the step index is basically gone, or there's no more left within the length of the story steps length, it will just have an automatic end, which basically means that like once you get to the end, it will automatically have an end screen in case of any missteps with the indexing. That's not the case. I already wrote endings for pretty much all of it, but it's basically just like a failsafe. If you get to the end and you're out of options, then I'll just be like, oh, the adventure is over. Then here's the step variable and story steps. Basically, it will do the step index. It'll call that, which is up here, which is displayed. It'll be basically the index within this list. So like this one is index 13, and it will take the story steps, index that, and it will, within the story container, it will place the text from that step. So for the 13 up there, right, it will have this text variable, and it will insert it into the story container. And yeah, and then this is just for the options, which basically is just making it to where you click on the button, it will bring up the next option and take you down that path. And this is just for the start button when you collect